I'm Jeff Matlow. Welcome to the best leadership podcast ever. Welcome back to the pod, the most fun way to learn life's leadership lessons. So great to have you here. I hope you're having a good day. Are you having a good day? I am. Believe it or not, it's been raining out here in LA. And when I say rain, I mean a very light sprinkle, but it's been going on for 3 days. So, as we like to call it in LA, it's Storm Watch 2025. But on another note, I was talking to some people yesterday about leadership, and they were saying how they wish there was a community, a place where they can talk with their peers, different than talking with their colleagues at work, because they want to discuss issues at work. Turns out there is a place like that. It's called the Best Leadership Community. I realized that I, as a leader, also want that. In fact, lots and lots of people want that community where they can get the support when they need it, for what they need, very specifically. The Best Leadership Community is actually really cost effective. Go over to thebestleadershipnewsletter.com and you will see the options to join the community. It includes leadership roundtables, exclusive webinars, free coaching. I'm doing office hours, so if you want free feedback, it's there, and an exclusive Slack community. So go to thebestleadershipnewsletter.com and sign up for the community. Can't wait to see you there. And now, I got a scenario for you. Let's say two people are up for a big promotion at work. And let's also say that their names are Jordan and Riley, because that way you can decide on your own whether they're male or female, and I don't have to. Only one of them is going to get this promotion, either Jordan or Riley. And as the final and the most important part of the interview process, Jordan and Riley each have to give a PowerPoint presentation to the executive team. There's only one catch. The projector in the boardroom often breaks down. Now, Jordan knows this, but Riley doesn't. And in fact, Jordan already prepared a workaround, but Riley is clueless about it. Oh wait, there's another catch. I forgot about this one. Jordan and Riley both report to Alex, who's another person with a name of gender questionable positioning. Anyway, whomever gets the promotion will become Alex's peer. And Alex secretly wants Jordan to get the job and is happy that Jordan already knows about the plight with the projector. Now consider these two scenarios. In scenario one, Alex intentionally tampers with the projector right before Riley's presentation, causing it to fail. In scenario two, Alex doesn't warn Riley of the projector, even though there's more than enough time for Riley to prepare a backup plan. Both decisions will lead to the same outcome. Jordan gets the job, Riley doesn't. My question to you is, which scenario do you think is worse? Is it worse for Alex to have tampered with the projector, or Alex to have not warned Riley? Say your answer out loud. I can hear you. All right, let's think back to 1991. The Soviet Union collapsed, the World Wide Web was launched, and Miss America had to return her tiara because she lied about her age. That was the cultural climate when Spranka, Minsk, and Barron, three last names you don't have to remember, they began to question the moral fiber of humanity. They wondered if and why doing something bad was seen as better than not doing something good. So they designed a scenario not unlike the Jordan-Riley situation we just talked about, and they asked people for feedback. Here's what they found. People place greater judgment on harmful acts than on equally harmful failures to act. In other words, we're more forgiving of people when they just let things happen, as opposed to when they make things happen. That's called omission bias, and you've got the bias. In its most extreme form, we blame the Nazis who actively participated in killings more than we blame the Germans whose inaction allowed people to be killed. Here's the irony, though. In the short term, you're going to feel worse for the things you did But in the long term, it's the things you didn't do that'll cause you the most regret. Inaction causes more anxiety than action. You know what? This seems like a good place to turn this train towards you and your career. According to a 2024 study, the number one regret of CEOs is that they didn't fire people fast enough. I get that. It's actually my biggest leadership regret as well. I might be getting hives just thinking about it now. But let that fact sink in for a second. Let me repeat it. The top regret of senior leaders isn't a bad hire or a screwed up strategy. It's the people they didn't fire fast enough. It wasn't what they did that they regret the most. It's what they didn't do. Hello, omission bias. As it turns out, omission bias probably happens fairly frequently in your work life. In fact, have you ever avoided a direct conversation with somebody and hoped they just figure it out on their own? Or have you ever avoided giving difficult feedback because you thought it would just make things worse? Have you ever avoided pushing back on some sort of business initiative because you didn't want to ruffle any feathers? I bet you can relate to at least one of those because I see the scenarios play out all the time in my leadership coaching business. And I'm telling you, all the time it happens. And now that you're aware of it, you're probably going to see omission bias all the time in your life too. So you're welcome for that. Despite what you hope will happen in any given scenario, when you choose not to act, it doesn't mean nothing happens. It just means that you're not the one leading the charge. And if you're the leader of the team, you're supposed to be leading the charge. Succumbing to omission bias is a bad look, period. It's going to rust your reputation. And if you do it too much, your perceived power will fade away. Sure, omission feels safer. I understand, really, I do. But trust me, sitting around and doing nothing is going to lead to bigger losses with your business, with your team, and definitely with your self-pride. You'll eventually forget the awkwardness of firing Phil, but you're never going to forget how much he cost you in lost revenue and mutilated morale. So for goodness sakes, just fire Phil. Here's my advice to you. It's time you stopped saying sorry for the things you did and started apologizing for the things you didn't do. As an analogy that might hit home a little better, you're never going to feel bad for yelling at your kid to stop running into the street, but you'll tear yourself apart for not saying anything. So what I want you to do is take a second to think of the things you're avoiding. What conversations haven't you had? What decisions haven't you made? What mess haven't you resolved? It's time to fight against your omission bias. Pull up those superhero undies and slide on up here to the big leaders table. Ultimately, your failure isn't going to be defined by the things you've done. It'll be remembered by all the things you neglected to do. So stop waiting, stop neglecting, and just do it. I'm telling you, your future self is going to thank you. Thanks for listening. If this resonates with you, go over and subscribe to thebestleadershipnewsletter.com. Can't wait to talk to you there. Have a great day. Bye.